joining us now from House Oversight, Congressman Tim Burchett. So Democrats are calling this a stunt. What are the high crimes and misdemeanors here, sir?
Secretary Mayorkas would be just pathological lying and telling us that our border is safe. You know, this past weekend we found out that they released a known terrorist, part of a terrorist cell, into our country, and there's no excuse for that, Liz. As you know, that to me is just a complete forgetting of your entire duties, I guess if you'd say. This group is completely lawless. You know, I joke when people joked around earlier about are they anarchists. I don't think there's any question. I mean, this is the type of thing that destroys a country. We can't afford these folks. 400 billion a year. Not including the fentanyl. You know, I met with another mother in my district this weekend whose child died from fentanyl that came over our southern border. It's just continuation of this. And are we going to allow for this? And of course, we know the Senate won't do anything about it. They wouldn't pour water out of a boot. The instructions were written on the heel. But I still think it's important that we go through this. Chairman Green's made a great case for this, and I believe we need to go forward with this.
You know, Congressman, the White House is, after almost 3 years, now they're calling it a crisis when they called it not unusual, seasonal, the border secure under President Biden. We had 10 former FBI senior officials, top officials, and a DHS official warn Congress last week, this is the worst they've ever seen it. They fear a terror attack on large, unarmed civilian gatherings here. Just last quarter, 50 illegal aliens on the terror watch list caught. We found about 1,300 crossing at all ports of entry and in between the ports of entry under Biden. Let's listen to Trump and Nikki Haley here. Watch this.
America's acting like it's September 10th, and we better remember what September 12th felt like, because it only takes one person to cause a 9/11 moment. The second thing is Republicans and Democrats need to get into a room. They don't need to leave until they figure this out, because the American people are not safe at this point. And Donald Trump, the last thing he needs to do is tell them to wait to pass a border deal until the election.
A lot of the senators are trying to say respectfully they're blaming it on me. I said, that's okay. Please blame it on me. Please, because they were getting ready to pass a very bad bill.
Okay, so now President Biden finally claims that, quote, that if that Senate border bill were the law today, he would shut down the border right now. Does anybody really believe that? Because Speaker Johnson, and we've been pointing out, he already has the authority to do it. He can rescind and cancel his dozens of executive orders by ending catch and release, reinstating Remain in Mexico. He did nearly 100 executive actions in his first 100 days, sir, weakening the border. It's on Biden. He did it.
100% on Joe Biden. He is lying to the point of being pathological. President Trump is 100% accurate, as he is always. He has stated again that they're wanting to pass a deal, which will be a very bad deal. I think it allows several thousand a day, if you can believe that, as part of a negotiation over our border. Liz, that's like trying to decide the number of loops in a noose. It's still going to hang you. Dadgum, we can't afford this anymore. $400 billion a year, plus the deaths, fentanyl, the crime. And of course, they're not saying anything about the over 100,000 children that are in God knows what horrible situation, sex trafficking, organ harvesting, that these cartels are involved with. This is incredible, and that the national media outside of you all is not addressing this. That's even a bit, that to me is so egregious that you can't believe it. And the only reason they're doing that is because they're so far in bed with this White House that they can't get out of it.
Congressman Burchett, thanks for joining us tonight. It's good to see you.
Great, Liz. Thank you, ma'am.